What is up, everyone? In today's video, I'm going to talk about listing your vehicle, specifically your photos and description, how all that can matter when it comes to renting out your vehicle on Turo. So the first thing that I'm going to talk about is the first line in your description is critical. A lot of people, they're probably not going to read the whole description of your vehicle. They're probably going to more than likely read one or two lines, if even that. So your first sentence is the most important sentence that you're going to put in your description. So whether you rent out a Corvette, a Tahoe, a Chevy Cruze, a Nissan Sentra, a BMW, that first line has to catch someone's attention. And for example, for me, I have a BMW. My first line says, "Welcome to the ultimate driving machine." So if you rent out a Corvette, find out, put something that works for Corvettes. If it's a Mustang, this is your chance to ride in one of the original American muscle vehicles. Something that catches eyes, because ultimately that could be the difference from you renting out your vehicle versus someone else. So your description matters. You want to make sure that everything grammatically is correct, no misspelling, just proofread it obviously before you list it, punctuation, because you want to look professional. You want to look like you want your guests to be confident that they're renting it from the right person. Not only that the car's right for them, but they're renting it from the right person. So your description matters. Everything matters. Your photos, make sure with your photos, a lot of times I'll look through cars randomly in my market, and I see cups and cup holders, I see wires, phone chargers all over, and mail, paper. You don't want any of that. You don't want anything hanging on your rearview mirror. You don't want, anything. You want the car looking like how it came out of the manufacturer. You don't want any distractions, any eyesores in your photo, because ultimately that could deter someone from renting your vehicle because they don't like your cup or they don't like your the mess. Make sure it's vacuumed, make sure it looks clean inside and out, because ultimately that's how you're selling your car to these guests. Your description and your photos. You want your guests to be confident that they're renting it from the right person. Not only that the car's right for them, but they're renting it from the right person. So your description matters. Everything matters. Your photos, make sure with your photos, a lot of times I'll look through cars randomly in my market, and I see cups and cup holders, I see wires, phone chargers all over, and mail, paper. You don't want any of that. You don't want anything hanging on your rearview mirror. You don't want anything. You want the car looking like how it came out of the manufacturer. You don't want any distractions, any eyesores in your photo, because ultimately that could deter someone from renting your vehicle because they don't like your cup or they don't like your the mess. Make sure it's vacuumed, make sure it looks clean inside and out, because ultimately that's how you're selling your car to these guests. Your description and your photos, those are probably the two most important things when it comes to having your vehicle listed. So that's the first battle you're gonna fight. Obviously there's more in terms of your pricing, your discounts, your availability, things like that. But these are the two most basic important things that oftentimes can be overlooked because we're so focused on, all right, do I have the right price? Do I have the right discount? Am I offering enough? Am I available, within an hour, 3 hours, 2 hours? What's a good time for advance notice? But these are the two most basic things that are often overlooked, as evidence, as I've seen other hosts and in their photos and in their description. So you want to make sure that those are all accurate. And the second thing is you want to make sure that you want to look at what keywords can you put in your description. So one of the things that I use and I look at is I look at what other guests, not only my guests, but other hosts' guests, what they put in their review. So if there's a certain keyword or a common theme in their review, whether it's convenience, super clean, whatever it is, try to gather those phrases, those words, because those are the people that are renting your vehicle. So if you have those words, if you're using those words in your description, someone will rent your vehicle because they're getting exactly what they want: a clean car. They want someone that is prompt, that is available, that messages back any questions, is efficient, is quick, is easy to get to, all those things. So you want to see what other guests are putting for their from their experience with other hosts, and you want to use that to your advantage in your description. So that's another thing that is pretty important to have. All these things come into a factor when you're renting out your vehicle. Aside from the other stuff that I mentioned, these are the basic things that you want to make sure that you have down. Because if you don't, then you're going to lose them. You're going to lose your guests. They're going to go to look at another car. If they see dirt, if they see something in your car, wires, they see a mess inside, outside, or they see grammatical errors, it may not ultimately matter, but you don't want to put yourself in that position where, hey, I wonder if someone will still rent my car even if I have my cup and my cup holder. You want to eliminate any possible negative impact to your listing, because that's the first step on getting those bookings: the photos and the description. So hopefully this video was helpful. I know it was quick, I know it was short, but I wanted to keep it simple. Now this probably applies more so to future hosts or new hosts, but also it's a good reminder for those that have been doing this for a while to kind of go back and see, hey, you know what? Let me go back and look at my description, because a lot of times, you put that description in 2 years ago, 6 months ago, whenever you started with that vehicle, and you don't look at it again. So it's always a good thing to go back and see, hey, is there certain things that I could change? One of the other things too, if you don't offer delivery, that you want to put in your description is how far your pickup location is, where your vehicle is from the airport. I know for me that typically I feel like that's helped me, and if you can kind of average out the cost of an Uber or a Lyft from the airport to your home, that way when someone's reserving your vehicle, in the process of reserving vehicles, they could factor that in and they know, like, okay, so it'll be between 25 and 40 bucks. All right, I could live with that. I'm gonna rent this car. So you want to give that information as well. Obviously there's other factors. If there's an event or something, the Uber may cost you a little bit more, but for the most part, having that information is helpful, because you want to make sure that you give your guest every possible detail. That way when they book your car, they're going to book it with confidence. They'll know this person's on their A game. They got great reviews. I like what I read in the description. I know how much Uber will cost me to get to the car and all that. So these are all important things, basic things, but important things. This is the starting point. This is what starts the process of someone looking at your vehicle. So if they like the photos, they like the pictures, they like the description, then they're going to go to the next step and pick the dates and start putting in their payment information and book your vehicle. So hopefully this was helpful. hopefully it's a good reminder for those that have been doing it for a while to go back and look at these opportunities, because you don't want to miss out on any bookings. So I'll see you guys on the next video. Thank you for watching. Make sure you subscribe, make sure you like, make sure you share, and I will see you guys on the next video. Thank you.